Oh.
Yeah, like
what do you mean by that? Do you just like record conversations and then you're just like you
Well,
just play it back?
now that I come back here, I've been recording my own conversations.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's show that your voice gets picked up or something.
Okay.
That's okay. Cool. But yeah, I want to be able to support everyone that I feel like needs to get supported.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love for everyone under me to do only what they enjoy doing or like they don't feel bothered by doing.
What do you mean under you? Like, what are you talking about right now?
Like, I love bankrolling people. I love sharing things. I love being like, oh, here, have some money. Do whatever the hell you want. I would love to be placed in a position where I can do that for people. But also,
like, give them things?
Yeah, I would love to give people things.
Okay.
Not forcefully, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I've been given things forcefully before, and I just don't enjoy that.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I don't know what direction I need to go in to, like, to live better. Because I just want to be financially stable in what I'm doing.
Oh.
Which doesn't everyone.
Yeah.
But I want to be so financially stable, or I want to connect everyone and make sure that they're stabilized too. So.
But you can't do that unless you're stable yourself.
Yep. But I personally think that it's something I can build while doing it for myself.
I don't know. I don't know if that's healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think so. Or you can do whatever you want, but
No, I get you.
as a person who's just listening to you,
Yeah. No, this is completely valid.
I'm not gonna give advice without it.
No. You can shoot me down. Like, I don't mind being shot down.
Shooting down.
Or
I
like
don't think it's shooting
shot
down.
at a little bit.
More of just like the direction.
Oh, of course.
Evaluation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a dreamer. Don't get me wrong.
No, and I'm not saying that it's like the end goal is helping others, right?
Yeah.
Helping others and making sure others are okay.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I think that's great. But like, if you are giving direction from an already broken standpoint, like, that's a lot of labor on you. And it also could be like inaccurate to like
Right.
how they feel, or like what the healthy direction for them to go is if you're also in an unhealthy position.
Yeah, but I just have a lot of belief that I at least will point them in the right direction. Maybe not like the specific direction, but if I can say, hey, I don't have all those resources for myself, but I think I know who does, or I think I know who can give you more direction. And
like redirect people?
Yeah, just like one of the things I wanted to maybe go into was communications. Because I was like, I think everything is a transfer of energy, and if I can help transfer, like, oh, you need this? Okay, let me direct it to this. Like a Google, like man-made Google. It's just hard. I don't know. I think for me, like, I understand what you mean by that, but somehow I drove myself to the hospital to get antidepressants. I drove myself to get like, oh, hey, I'm depressed, I need help for that. And I'm glad for that. I'm glad that I'm able to do that. Like, that I grew up so comfortable in the hospital that I was able to just tell my doctor, hey, like, I'm chilling, or I'm not chilling. But there are people who need that push, and it's not a push because I wish someone did that for me earlier. But it took me so long to do it myself.
To do what yourself?
To go to the hospital and say, hey, like, I'm depressed, I'm gonna kill myself.
So
like,
do you want to help other people reach that conclusion?
I mean, I've reached that conclusion with anything. Like, and I don't know. I just wish that I could have done that for myself, and I know that I can help people get in the right direction of where they want to go anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying I don't want to control everyone's life. That sounds too hard. I just want to be like, hey, what if you did this? No? Okay.
Picnic.
Sure. Any thoughts?
Well,
It's very idealistic, right?
well, it's not that it's like I see that there is a goal,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. There's so many things
Yeah.
that do that. Like,
Yeah.
advocacy work.
Right.
Like, there's because that's like kind of what I want to do, because I want to do justice stuff.
Right.
But like, yeah, I mean, it just depends, because you can't help them in all areas of their life. I feel like you should be a little bit more specific
Mm-hmm.
with what you want to help with.
Censorship, probably.
What do you mean?
Things get censored so much, and it's so detrimental to everyone. Like, for example, I feel like I'm being like ostracized in a way, especially with like KP spaces, just because of like things that I've done in the past or something. But also, it just made me notice like a lot of things just get censored. Like, media is so bad. Oh my god. Do you watch like Fox News or anything?
Well, no, but like my dad does.
Right. So it's like when I'm home and I watch it, I'm like, dude, this is wild. They're taking like 5% of what someone says and turning that 5%.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, do people not understand this? Like, this is so crazy. Like, it's so crazy to see that and then see my parents be like, oh, that's terrible. Like, my dad gets mad at the TV because they took 5% of something, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah. What's the education system?
So I don't know how I would like to tell people that, or I don't know how I can do that to like. It's healing myself. I want to do that to heal. At the end of the day, it's all a self goal. I want to do all of this just to help myself by helping others. I personally think. Yeah.
I think you should help yourself first.
But what do you mean help myself?
Like, I feel like you should like heal yourself before you help others.
So,
heal.
but what does that mean in terms of healing myself?
Healing yourself, doing like, because what do you get from helping other people? Like, by giving them things, like you said.
Just things for myself too.
Like, what do you mean things for yourself too?
Like little trinkets, like little tokens of appreciation. Like, that's fun, that's enjoyable. But like, I also want to say, like, I draw, I play video games. I have so many coping mechanisms to be able to help others, and then be like, all right, I'm gonna go sleep for 12 hours, you know. And I just want to be stable doing that, because it's what I love doing, you know.
Just like reciprocity.
Yeah, I love doing that. Like, I love trading. Trading is my favorite thing. But like, everything is a trade, I feel like.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're transferring
Something.
Yeah, but like, do you just want to do? I don't. Okay.
No, you're valid.
I don't know if this is like, is it like you want to do this as a hobby currently? Is this a future thing? Is this a professional thing? Future professional thing, or just future thing?
Well, at this point, I think it needs to be professional so that people can have it as a hobby.
Say that again. Like, it's
I want to be the one who does it professionally so people can do it as a hobby.
You want to...
I want to organize. I love organizing.
You should work like non-governmental organizations.
Yeah, I agree.
And work yourself like up the ladder.
I agree.
And if you're graduating with a bio and like a minor in something else, like, I'm sure that you'll like, it'll get to you. I'm not sure what, like, if you just like organizing, like, or I don't know why I'm giving you like...
No. You're completely valid in giving me advice, because I'm not done with my thought process, you know?
Keep on going.
No. Like, I'm not finished with it. Like, I don't know where I want to go. So this is great. This is great for me to figure out, like, what... This is why I need to record it, because I need to finish that thought process. I don't finish my thoughts.
And... Okay. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like you need to set goals for yourself.
Yeah.
Just like so you have something to keep you going.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if this is a personal or professional thing. I mean it can be both. But like if this is a professional thing, like there's already like non-governmental organizations you can work with. And then like if it's a personal hobby, like if you like creating shit, like you should make art and like keep on doing art. And
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, or then like do like the art vendor thingy, blah blah blah, and then do that.
The thing is, it's like the art that I create is like the stuff I put on my stories, you know, like that's like it's kind of weird. Not it's just like
I think people can relate to certain things. Yeah.
I just need to find more ways to let it out, you know.
Yeah, and I think you can. Not that you should commodify like things that you should do or like think about your own self-interest, but like yeah, I don't know, it can be healing. But what I meant by like heal yourself before helping others is like, oh, I've already processed this emotion and I know what it looks like, or I've already processed like this trauma that I have went through.
Yeah.
And like and then just like others can relate to it easier.
No, I get
if
you.
You've already like
I get you.
Processed it. But if you're in the process of, it can be like hard to understand for others.
Mm-hmm. It is hard for people to understand. But I think that every time I put it out there already, someone pushes me in the right direction. Like this helps me figure out what I'm doing. And if it's bothering you, right, like you don't need to do it, right?
Bothering me? What?
Like, but for example, I was just sitting here in this park, like, like someone who that is bothered by doing that for me wouldn't be in that position.
No.
You know? So I'm happy. Like, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sitting here.
I hope I'm not forcing you to like.
No,
I was just concerned.
No, you're completely valid.
I was just like, or like I don't know. I like.
No, everything
myself.
helps. Everything helps. Yeah, and I think that's really cool. Yeah, that's very cool, like character thing on yourself. You know. I'm very curious on like how you even got to that point. I think that's amazing, you know. And I would love for other people to know about that, you know. At least for me to know about that for my own sake. But cool.
Or like what?
Just you in your life and the things that brought you to this park right now, right?
Well, I think you're great at talking to people.
Thanks.
And you seem very curious about like other people and other people's like thought processes.
Yeah.
So, I feel like, yeah, you could do anything in your life, Ian.
I know.
And you could achieve it, and I know you can.
Yeah.
And, like, even if it's not, like, a full picture thing yet, like, just don't give up and keep on working on it.
Dude, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. I'm sorry that happened, though. I know, like, saying I'm sorry.
No, you're
people
good.
Say I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's, like, so fucking stupid, and it's like, what the fuck? But as in like I'm glad that you were able to understand your like self-respect and self-worth and just leave that situation. Very similar thing happened to my brother and I this break. Or like basically he crashed out on my dad and then my dad was like, you're kicked out. Not to me, and I hate yelling, so I was like hella crying, and then like my brother was like, let's go.
Dude, that's I feel like everyone's doing that, you know, because that's what I just did, and it's a crazy situation. I feel like more people need to know that everyone else is like not that everyone else, but that there's people that can understand to some extent. And I think that's cool.
But, like you're not alone.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could do like something. Yeah. I don't know why I'm giving you advice.
No, go ahead.
I have had that issue, but...
No, go ahead. I think that's really cool. I don't take offense to things. This is cool. I appreciate you for taking the time to do this, you know.
Well, thank you for taking the time to also, like, putting in the labor of explaining to
Of course.
Me, like,
I mean, I'm going to listen. What
happened?
I've profit off of this. I'm going to listen to this again and find something else that I need to do, you know? Mm.
He's dressed like 5 Seconds of Summer.
He even has like the sticks and everything.
Yeah, looks like Ashin. That's the drummer of 5 Seconds of Summer.
Oh, really?
So do you just like record people's conversations with you?
Well, I asked them first. I'm very
Okay.
consensual. So,
Well,
like,
of course,
if they
but,
don't
like,
feel like...
You just do it for fun.
No, here, I can show you. Dude. But this is cool. This is such a cool conversation. I feel like it would be it'd be nice to be like, oh, yeah. Because, you know, I'm trying to make it appeal to more people mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to put this out and say, like, oh, femheads, like, legend femheads are yapping about ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Like, someone's bound to listen to that, you know?
Yeah, maybe you should do like a podcast or something.
I think so.
Or like a radio show.
I think I want to do all of it, though. I want to make clips on TikTok. I want to make YouTube videos. I want to make podcasts. I want to make all the content ever. But
If you like broadcasting yourself, I'm like,
I do.
why not do it?
I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like being perceived myself.
no, that's
Or like,
understandable.
I like...
Being
or
perceived less.
I feel like I have so many different... Or like, everybody has this though. But like, everybody has like different versions of themselves. That they like show to like different people. Depending on what the audience is. Because everything is a performance. But for me, it's like for my performance to be recorded and like in stone, and for other people who, and like I don't even know who the audience is, a little terrifying for me.
So it's terrifying. I respect that.
Well, it's just, or like, it's like whatever, but it's just like I mean, humans always have a fear of the unknown.
Right. So then to like make that more known consensually, like where can I use this? Because I can just use this for my own thought process.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Anywhere.
Like, if it's like not my like face or whatever.
Yeah.
And if I don't say my full government name, like I'm
Exactly.
cool. I just the feeling
I'll
of
name this Talking to Planets.
like she was saying, modernization. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm sorry. I'm just going on.
No, keep going. No, keep going. I love this.
Like the people used to not know, like whoever the fuck from high school, like oh, are they smoking meth now? Like just check on Instagram or Facebook,
right?
And it's just like it shouldn't be this way, and I shouldn't even care so much because like you would just like wonder and be like, okay, cool, like maybe, and then you imagine. You just like imagine.
Yeah, wow.
And I think that's more beautiful than knowing.
Right.
And like I feel like you use your noggin more if you just imagine instead of just like, oh, let me search it up.
Right.
And it like creates more creativity, creates more like, yeah, I don't know. I don't like that fact. It always has never sat well with me, and I think that's why I just don't like social media that much.
I think I have like a not very, but just a slightly different like stance on that. I think that it's the more you know, the more you can imagine. And I feel like I know a lot, and I want to imagine more, and I want to learn more, and I think I just want to be that catalyst for people to learn more for. Wow. And like through like iPhone and shit. Yeah, just being like, oh, listen to me while you're just studying, and then I'll just start yapping. I think that's cool too. It's just like because, or what was I gonna say? Basically, like I forgot what I was gonna say. No, go. My bad. No, but, you're good. I think, or a response or a rebuttal to like what I was saying was like you like nobody fucking cares. No, yeah, exactly. Like, that's nobody cool. Nobody cares anyway. That's so cool. But then like I don't know. I just like I think I just value like connections in person rather than like and like digitally. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm an analog type person, so I'm just like I don't know. I'm always like cool thinking way of describing of the ways that it used to be, or like because I think it's extremely unhealthy that like I can see how many people I have known since I downloaded Instagram. Yeah. Or like and I don't like and to perform in front of that. Yeah. That amount of people and you don't even know it. Like you don't and then like they don't even fucking care. And like why am I putting effort into this performance? But it's just like
But then also you could be like, it's not that fucking deep. But like for
someone
me,
cares. Surely someone cares.
for me, I feel like it's that deep,
Right.
and that's like just how I feel. So that's why I don't post my like
Yeah.
punani like out there. Like I could have, but I just didn't. Because
Right.
like I, see my punani in person or like on a Polaroid. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't like the anxiety it gives me
Wow. Yeah.
and the anxiety it gives like other people. Or also like, I don't know, over break I was seeing people and they were like, I would just like slide through each story and it would be the same picture, and it's because like all of them reposted it
Yeah.
and they're all together, and like not that I hate friendship
Mhm.
or whatever,
Mhm.
or like hate that people are hanging out with me,
Mhm.
but more of like is this a performance? Is this real? Do you guys hang out just to
Right.
take pictures of each
Right.
other?
Right. Right.
And like, is the reason why you didn't like post a picture of us hanging out did I just not fit like your aesthetic? So I feel
Dang. Okay.
like it
Wow.
opens up so
Yeah.
many
That
pathways
of like doubt.
of doubting
Yeah.
myself, doubting others,
Dang.
and it makes me uncomfortable. So social media never has been
Wow.
like for me,
Yeah.
and like being perceived in general, like it's. Well, I literally have social anxiety, so like I already know that most people don't think in that like way,
Yeah.
but like for me, like that's a no-no.
Dang. I don't know. I grew up as a Catholic, so I think my parents raised me to know that someone was watching me, like God was watching you, and if you do something bad, you're going to hell, you
Yeah.
know? But I think for me, I channeled that fear into saying, oh, someone's watching me. Watch me do this, or like watch me do that.
I think that's like what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
As someone, I also grew up where my dad was Catholic, my mom was Southern Baptist, so an
Interesting.
even weirder, deeper,
Right.
visceral,
Right.
like, from my perspective, at least when I was comparing the two like religions, I feel like Southern Baptist has like a very, I don't know, it just brings out a visceral reaction out of like a lot of people.
Interesting. Wait, why is it?
And a lot of fear. And it's like, so I'm from like hella NorCal to the point of the Confederacy is there.
Wait, what?
So like it's
I
like
didn't know that was a...
it's only like white folk up there.
Oh, wow.
Who
This is some
do
wild... Yeah, okay.
Agriculture,
Yeah, okay.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Like, and like grew up with hillbillies, like trucks,
Yeah, wow.
white people.
Yeah.
And then I look like me.
Right.
So it's like,
It's
or
not
I don't know.
obvious.
And then it was a Southern Baptist, like, we went to a Southern Baptist church, or we went to like different Christian churches, but we usually went to like the Southern Baptist church taught by a Floridian man. And
Wow, what a diverse...
and it's
but,
like,
undiverse.
it's like how you always see it, like, oh, like, I hate the gays, I hate like black people, I hate this, I hate this.
Yeah.
And like you learn to like, or for me it just felt so contradictory.
Yeah.
Because it was just like,
Oh, love thyself and thy neighbor.
I would read the Bible and then it would be like love, like
Yeah.
love others, help others,
Yeah. Love
be
thyself.
nice, be kind, don't
Besides...
fuck someone's wife.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like then some shit would pop out and be like, oh, like a man like mustn't lay with another man.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, okay, strange. And then it would be like, okay, well, I still believe the Bible because like
Everything else is alright.
in the
Right.
other translation it meant like what the issue was that a man sleeping with another man was a man sleeping with a little boy. That was like an earlier
Wow, I
translation. And I was
didn't
like,
know
okay,
that.
maybe like translations get fucked up.
Right, translations get fucked up all the time.
And I'm just going to believe that translation was fucked up and that it was misinterpreted by a pastor. So then I had a lot of distrust with authority figures, and I also had a lot of distrust of speaking my mind.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I'm an Asian woman. Two, because like I will go tell
Mm-hmm.
if I do say like, oh, I think gay people are fine. Like, no. And it was a lot of fear, just like a lot of like, I'm gonna quote Ethel Cain here, but like, God loves you but not enough to save you.
No.
And like, I don't know, I always got like those like God loves, but it felt like a threat.
Yeah.
So I had like a lot of contradictory feelings of like, or like with the Southern Baptist Church to like navigate it, it's like what a person is saying to you is not what they're actually saying. You have to like translate it into like what it actually is, which is like, fuck you, you're going to hell, cover up your boobs. Like, so I don't know. I felt, or like and then Southern Baptist also, like, they try to make it feel, or like, I mean, all religions do this, and I don't think I'm like hateful towards it. Like, build a community, but then like, they feel like, they feel obligated to like providing community to you,
right.
But then at the same time they will like spit in your face,
right?
And yeah, I don't know, and I know that people find comfort in religion, and like, I'm not going to judge someone because that's like your own personal relationship to a higher power, or maybe it's not. I don't know how it works, but for me, I am of flesh and blood and I shouldn't judge.
Right.
So like, but like, I still, I don't know, I have a very weird relationship towards religion.
No, that's a valid relationship towards religion. Like, that is such a valid relationship towards religion. I think that's so cool. But
do you have religious trauma as well?
Oh yeah, of course I have religious trauma, but I think that religious trauma translated through my parents. Like, I didn't have that problem with religion until I reflected it onto my parents. Like, I remember I had I was just stressed because it was a high school area, and I was just stressed. Well, I came here from Michigan, and I came from a Catholic school, and then my parents stopped putting me in Catholic school, which is weird.
When?
Like 4th grade. So as a kid, I was like, oh, look, prayers. And I didn't get to like the point where it was like, oh, repent, you have sinned, but I was struggling with making college essays and my sports and school and everything, and I started I had a panic attack, and I just started breaking down in my bathroom. And I remember my dad like break into the bathroom, pick me up, and be like, we're going to church. Like, we are going to church. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just want to sit here and just like process and just cope with everything that just happened to me. And now I'm sitting in church right now. This is boring. This is
not helping me
This
at
is
all.
boring, and it's not productive, and it's just like, man. And I'm learning about like Jesus making bread again, and it's just like, dude, I've heard this every year. I feel like I've heard the same stories every year. Like, and the more that I went to church, the more I was like, dude, it's this story again. Oh, it's this one. Like, oh, I'm gonna get taught the same lesson but differently and weirder. So
yeah,
that's how I feel about religion.
Yeah, I went to a Christian private school for 9 years, where I was the only person of color.
Dang, yeah.
It was from kindergarten to 8th grade.
All the way to 8th grade? I left at 4th.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of people would leave.
Yeah.
For, like, private school, or public school,
right.
And it was, like, more of to get them to interact with, like, other people.
Yeah.
But because we were only, like, 80 of us, as in, like, from kindergarten to 8th grade, there was only 80 children. So I only had, like, 3 people in my class.
Wow.
So I only had, like, basically 3 friends who were friends by proximity.
Right, because you had, like, they were the only ones.
And
wow.
it was, like, a bunch of white kids.
Right.
And, like,
in its way.
we were all, like, because, so, like, you know who your classmate is, you know everything about them, and you're being taught, like, all of these Jesus stories. So, like, you're basically with like-minded, like, religious individuals.
I've never thought of it like that. Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, like, memorize the Bible. Like, it was just like, or things that I thought were normal until, like, I went to public school, and then I realized people didn't even know who Moses was. People didn't know, like, Jonah the whale. Like, and I don't think it was traumatic, honestly. Like, I don't think so. I think it's, like, people within it that's, like, truly traumatic. People within, like, a church community.
Yes.
Where it's, like, based on shame. Especially if you know each other so well, then it could be like, oh, I saw him with porn on his phone. Somebody, like, fucking
get him out of here. Yeah.
Like, and I don't know. I don't find, or of course there's, like, problematic stuff, but,
Right,
like,
you don't find solace in judging.
I don't find, like, Christianity or like Catholicism, like, or of course it can be traumatic, but
Right.
for me, I didn't find it like traumatic, or like the things I was taught I didn't find traumatic. And like I was even taught to like question certain beliefs and like be able to like critically think through them. Do I actually believe this? Like in 8th grade we were taught like, oh, there are other religions and you should respect those too. And like I appreciate all of that, but like it was really the community members. Is that Evan Gao? I can't even tell. Hi Evan Gao.
Hello, Evan Gao.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't find that traumatic. I found like just the people within the church traumatic, because it would be like, why do you look like that? Or like, do you listen to Nirvana that has swear words in it? You're going to freaking hell. So I think it's just like people judging each other.
Yeah. People just judge instead of be curious.
So I think that also feeds into why I'm scared of being like perceived. Because it's just like,
judged. People will wield that.
Because I'm being perceived, I'm being called a sinner, and I'm like,
yeah.
I got Instagram when I was a senior in high school.
Oh,
And
interesting. Okay.
I was I was just so afraid to post anything, because I was like thinking that whoever my followers or whoever are seeing this post is going to show it to my mom.
Oh, wow.
And like, and I don't know, I feel like an internet personality, me, or how I project myself out, like on the like social media or anything, like is a very different person than who I am around my mom.
Wow.
So then like the fear of my two different identities and personalities, like being next to each other, like it's a scary thought for me.
Dang. That's why I got sent to the hospital, yeah.
What?
Well, my parents just like didn't, like, I came home not trying to pretend like myself, like the myself around them anymore.
Okay.
Just like being myself. Being like kind of spontaneous and everywhere, and then they freaked out about it. So I guess it's the same. I mean, but yeah, so valid scariness, I guess, for me at least. What happened with me, it was I realized it was valid because I got put into dumb positions because of it.
And like, I mean, they shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Either way.
I mean, I love my parents, I guess.
No. I mean, like, you don't have to say that, but I mean, they don't like.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be concerned about your child and if they act different, but like, you have to like help them where they want to be helped. I'm not a parent, so I can't say anything.
No,
but like, at least like what has worked for me was like, my mom would always just like be like, just help me if I ask for help, not just like unneeded, like, I don't know. I think Filipino parents are really weird.
I mean, they choose you choose like a specific, or I think Filipinos in general choose a specific aspect of like what religion has done to them. And honestly, I think that my theory right now that I just thought of is I think Legends is a lot about fear. I think everyone fear. I feel like there's a lot of fear of something, or like this kind of masking. I don't know. I can fan that out if you'd like, but
yeah, you can. Yeah.
Like from what I've felt, I just feel like if you boil it down to its very specifics, or at least with the people I think one of the differences between like our respective like divisions within Legends is when we digitalized. I think my side digitalized very fast. Because, for example, I'm gonna name drop.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna name drop Cam. Cam was on the internet like as a kid. Like Cam was in like the Chronically Online stage, and I think that's so interesting. Like that's so cool. But I feel like that's a large connection with us because we were super active on Discord. We were super active on like media, and that's why we all that's why the people who were and that were placed into like the garden, placed in the garden and were chronically online became very close because we were all chronically online.
You guys had something in common.
Right. So I don't know. I
Well,
would love to connect everyone, but I just need to find what that is that connects people or anyone who wants to. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, what my side has in common, at least from what I know, is that like all of us are like pretty politically active.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about politics a lot. And like, and basically like we also just don't like, we're all pretty like antisocial, keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Like we like
Yeah.
kickbacks once in a while and we smoke and then we drink, but not like really. And like I feel like that's how we connect to each other, is
Yeah.
that it's just like oh, like want to share like a ticket of my bong. Like I don't think like that's what I notice about, and of course like these are all individuals. I'm not gonna like
No.
generalize.
Yeah.
But like basically like at least like we never really like played any like games together because
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, let's just talk about like your life. Do you think love is real? Like what's happening
Dude,
there?
I'm so down to have these
Like, it-
conversations, man. These
like,
are
just
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
But like yeah, we're not a very like circle time type beat. I think it, or like of course individuals, this is like only how I think
Yeah.
and how I'm perceiving everything around me. It's like I think we're all about being organic with how we like interact, and then like so like there's not really any like schedule to things.
Dude,
So that's
cool.
like I think that's why like we're like I don't think we're close as in like we hang out every week, but it's just like, oh yeah, like I know
It's like a solidarity.
like who's that, like what happened to that one guy that you were talking to, and then it's just like, okay, and
Right,
then
okay.
now you're caught up,
Right.
and that could be like over a matter of like months. But I think it's so sweet because for
That
me
is
at least
sweet.
when I'm like asked about like, oh, like what have you been up to, I have like I'm forced to like reflect what are like my top moments like that I can like talk about and that have great value to me. And it's like, oh, this is, and I remind myself what I value. But I don't know why.
No, that's so interesting because I think sometimes for us, or for me, the reason I play games sometimes is not that it's a distraction, but it's just a way to like channel that into something, you know? And so when we play games, we're channeling all of the things that happen to us. But I think that some people get stuck too much in the games, and they should have these moments where they kind of digest and feel that instead of express.
And I know that you guys do, and I know that you guys are like close in that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, like literally, just
You want to skip the games?
Let's just like,
Dude,
I
let's
don't know.
do it. Like, fuck it,
I
anytime.
think it should just be like a semi-dark room with drinks.
Okay, say less.
Like I think that would make my side comfortable, because I think what made a lot of my side leave that night was, one, because we were like all fucking tired.
There's like so many of us.
There's so many of
I was
us. We
tired
were
of
so
it.
fucking tired. Like it was a lot of walking, which is not anybody's fault.
Dude, I don't mind.
But like, yeah, and then it was just like, oh, no alcohol, no weed.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, okay.
You're fine. As I said, I don't take offense and I don't mind. And I understand. Like, I understand. At the end of the day, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we like grouped up, like the people that were still there, we grouped up and we were just talking. Like, we just talked about everything. It's just, it's a shame that you guys left. Not a shame. It's just like, it's unfortunate. It happened. And so it's just like, it's fine. We'll just do our own thing. But I think I enjoy a lot of everyone. And I'm always open to try to make spaces in which that happens. So.
I think I like it. Or I think everybody's cool, like
Yeah.
in Legends. I never thought any different. I was just like, okay, everybody's like cool, and like everybody's their own individual person, and they don't have to stay there. Because for me, I'm always like, I don't want to stay for like too long. Like I want to go home, smoke weed, get in a small group. Like I'm all about.
Always
like, small
down
group.
for that. I'm always down for that.
But like, Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm off the vibe, but
Oh, dude. Valid.
it's okay. What was I gonna fucking say? I was gonna say something like semi-important. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know where you're gonna put that, but like.
Oh, do you want me to stop it or?
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
There's like a person.
Oh.